Hello everyone, I did my project on diversity. Some initial ideas that I had were just conversations on diversity were the most interesting and intriguing to me. So just based on class discussions that we had, jam boards we participated in, and just overall activities that we engaged with. Diversity is such a huge topic in today's world that needs to be taught to our future generations. Um, I was just thinking of a way to create a scene I imagined, either through the New Kid, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, or American Born Chinese. Considering New Kid and American Born Chinese were both graphic novels, I chose to do Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I also used chapter 4 of Russell, Diversity and Inclusion, to help me strike ideas. Our ongoing discussions in class throughout these different readings and different approaches to teach and engage with these topics was a huge influence in my decision to do diversity. The chosen medium that I used a paper, pencil, markers, glitter glue, obviously, canvas, colored pencils, eraser, and glue. The creative process. So I started to gather ideas surrounding diversity. I researched different symbols that could represent diversity in a way of like showing it. I chose a way to represent it, which was through a canvas artwork. I sketched out different ideas I wanted to use before touching the actual canvas, considering my inability to do art. Going through prior activities, notes, books to see which topic I wanted to go more in depth with, going through the Google Drive and seeing which ones I felt I knew the most about, sketching out different possible ways to represent diversity. And the scene I had in mind on the top right is a sketch of just two people holding hands that represents diversity, as you will see in my final project. So, relating diversity in Russell, I definitely used chapter 4, diversity and inclusion. Some quotes that I picked out that really stuck out to me were our differences make us stronger as a species. And so, sameness is not only dull, it is dangerous for humankind, which was on page 59. Also, on page 59, it strongly just emphasized the ideas that prejudice and discrimination still occur in today's world, and the only way to address it is through education, which really stuck out to me. Children's books, especially, can address the unknown and deepen our knowledge and understanding. A quote I found on page 62 was if they wanted to fit in, they were expected to give up their distinct habits, language, dress, and so on, and adopt the ways of dominant white culture. The criteria for culturally diverse children's book was cultural accuracy, balance, and authenticity, sensitivity, sympathy, genuine characters, accurate and sensitive illustrations, and engaging literacy elements. Some types of American cultural diversity that were also in Russell was African Americans, Latinos, Latinas, American Indians, Asian American, and other cultures. Diversity in the role of thunder, hear my cry. So it's just major themes that stuck out for diversity was definitely racism, which was present throughout the entire book. Just some quick examples was the boycott of the Wallace store, just racism as a whole, how the Logan family was facing challenges living in a society dominated by whites. That was hugely presented throughout the entire book. Family and community. The Black community forms a group allowing Black individuals to hold each other up in order to face racism and injustice of the South. Cassie, throughout the story, emphasizes the importance of family. Just an example was Cassie. She was so shocked when Jeremy said that he does not like his older brother because of her own views on family and the connection that she had with her family. Another theme is injustice and dignity. Living in the South was an unjust society that biased against white Black people. The Logans created their own interpretation of justice while maintaining self-respect, dignity, and protecting their own safety. So just an example of that was how Cassie was ignored in the grocery store, and then she started to yell at the store manager and got her entire family kicked out. Another example was being tossed around and forced to apologize for accidentally bumping into Lily and Jean. Cassie quickly realizes the only way showing her pride tells her to speak up because that is the only way to maintain some dignity in the situations where she is powerless. Just another theme was symbolization, which just expresses the disobedience in the face of racism and oppression. So that is my final product. I don't know why it is so blurry, but at the top, those three on the top are symbols of diversity that just come together to represent it. On the bottom, I drew a scene of the Wallace store and Cassie when she was kicked out of the Wallace store because the man was taking care of the other customer, which was the white man on the right.